All right, we're gonna do some back testing on FX Replay. I'm just using a quick little, what do you call it? The free trial. If it's good, it's so far so good, but I think I might just do another month of it. I'm not sure, but I'm on the 5 day free trial. But I want to quickly go over the setup I'm looking for, and then just do about a month of testing. So basically, let's say I have these support and resistance key levels that are drawn out by the Evolve profile. I want to see a break of those key levels to then flip the bias, right? And see price basically retrace back up to this level, see a rejection, and this candle close that basically quote unquote confirms the rejection. That's what I want to enter off of, which is this candle at 936. This would have been today's trade. I didn't go for it because of all the war stuff. And then it just chopped all freaking day. Like it's doing nothing. But that's basically what I'm looking for. And so far, I'll show you the stats here. So far, around a 67.86% win rate. I want to be around the mid 60s. If it's 70%, awesome. But mid 60s is really the ideal spot to be in. But yeah, I'm gonna keep back testing this. Let's try to do about a week of testing, and we'll see how we end up. All right, what I want to see is a trendy kind of day, but honestly, it could just run all the way up here. Yeah, it's not near my levels, so this day I wouldn't be really trading anything. Just skip through this, see if there's anything. It's around 11 already, probably nothing. Start chopping here, which it does. Unlucky. But this day there would be no trades. Alright, we're ripping through these levels here. There's a lot of stacked levels. We retested the underside and we reject, which we would want to enter here. Put the stop loss above there. Put TP at 1 to 1. Let's see how it plays out. Get stopped out, which is unfortunate. Kind of depends. It's a big candle, huh? So what I want to do is journal this stuff, like the ones that go wrong, because I want to know what kind of characteristics of a candle tend to kind of go wrong, because obviously examples of when things went wrong. And I would want to screenshot this. I know like this stuff is very like boring as shit, but like it's really, I feel like for me especially, it gives me the confidence to kind of trust in my system here. Let's see if there's anything else for the rest of the day. Let me just close this. Let's see if there's anything else. I'll also close this as well. Okay, it's chopping here. I don't like that, to be honest. Very, very big action. Honestly, this candle's too big of a move for me to want to enter this. Like for example, like if I were to go for this, I would have to enter here, and this would be my target, which it could hit, but realistically, I don't think I would do that. And look at the chopping here. I would, after all this chop, I would take this trade off, to be honest. Even if it hits TP, I don't really care. But like this chop, I don't like this chop at all. Which, what does it do? It hits stop loss, right? I would have taken it off after all this chop, because the type of trading I want is continuation, right? My trade idea is correct if it continues to go in that direction, like cleanly. Of course, like regular retracements could happen, but all this chop, no, like this is just not it. Like, I just want to make sure I document this stuff, like when it's chopping, take the trade off. It's just not worth it, you know what I mean? Okay, we break through to the other side, where we're on a bearish trend, at least for now, right? There's a lot of like quote unquote support here, so it's kind of iffy, to be honest, to take. But it's not a terrible idea, because what did it do? It ripped past the support line It retested it and confirms my direction, which it takes me out, as in it hits my TP pretty damn quickly, right? But then finds support here again, as it did before, which is something to keep in mind. You could enter along here, which could be possible, but like it's kind of iffy again, just because again there's a lot of other support lines. But I just want to test this out, see how that goes. Let's actually just enter as well. See how this plays out. I don't know. I feel like I would go for this, and it hits TP, which is great, awesome. And it tests it and ends here. I shouldn't have taken this trade right here, the one I did here. I shouldn't have gone for it because it's just a bearish market. So I should be going for shorts only. I wouldn't take it there. This is pretty iffy. Don't like it. I don't like how it's chopping. Yep. And I would not be going for longs anyways, right? I need to first look at the trend of the market and trade in that direction, and just make sure that the retrace of the setup there is slow and clean, not like a big aggressive buy back up. Okay, right now we don't know any direction yet. Looks bearish. It closed between, like, within those key levels, so I don't like that. Again, big buy back up. Don't like that action. Would have been stopped out anyways. It's good. Good reaction from me. Overall, it does look bearish. I wouldn't take this, to be honest with you. Now, to be fair, it would have hit TP, but like the overall trend direction is pretty unclear for me. Yep, it's pretty risky. Okay, it definitely looks bearish for me right now, but no, that's not my trade. Could be chopping, honestly. Right now it is, at least. Don't like this action. Okay, could go to the downside. So like what I could look for potentially here is, let's see. Like, for example, it could go like this, right? And then to the downside again. But right now I'm not seeing that. Okay, this is a good potential setup. Or it could just run all the way through. Okay, slowing down. Would I want to take this? It's like there's a bit of a gap here, right? There's a bit of a gap in terms of this, right? 1.75. Would I take this as a gradual move up? It's being rejected, slowing down. I honestly think I would. So I'll do a little sell, 145 and 145, but I unfortunately get stopped out, right? I think that's just part of the system. Let me see if there's anything wrong I did. So I did a short on this candle close, put stop right there. This one didn't work out. I don't know if, I'm just trying to see if there's any correlation between any of the trades that eventually don't work out, you know what I mean? Okay, this is a good sign right here. It looks bearish, and it closed like that. I would also go for the sell, to be honest. 135. Go for a quick 1-to-1, and it hits TP. Awesome. That's good to see. That's good to see. I don't like that. I don't like that. This could also be a breakup, but all this chop, honestly don't like it. Boom, awesome. See, I wouldn't want to trade this because there's no clear direction in where price wants to go, right? Now moving back though to what I took right here, this short position on this candle, right? I just want to see if, yeah, it looked like a pretty bearish market, right? We're creating lower highs, right? I mean, you could argue that this wick right here, or this candle right here, is making higher lows, but it's kind of like 50-50. But this part right here in general, let me just create a box to kind of like visualize this. Here it is. Like this section right here, it doesn't show any clear directional areas. So this trade right here wouldn't have been a good idea. No, I don't like this chop. Looks bullish a little bit. Could have taken that trade, but nah, it's all good. It's not a clear direction in my opinion. I don't like it. Okay, definitely bullish. Do we take that though is the question. Pretty big candle. I wouldn't take this. I wouldn't take this. Well, one, because this candle right here, the wick, doesn't tap into support, really. It's pretty far. And the other thing is that this candle is pretty big. And not again, but on top of that, at 1034, this candle is closing on that key level, which I don't like to see. Yeah, it would have stopped me out anyways. Looking for bulls though. Okay, now we're looking bearish. Okay. We just climb higher or lower, just kidding. Yeah, there's nothing I would have taken here, to be honest. Now, this is Thursday. I honestly do not like the fact that there's so many levels here, to be honest with you. But we'll see what we get. Okay, we're creating higher highs. But I don't know. I don't like that. I just hate that there's all these resistance key levels that are just in the way of that. I don't think I would take that, to be honest. No, I wouldn't take it. Yeah, look at it being rejected. And it's chopping. Don't like chop. Do not like chop at all. I think she's gonna continue chopping. Yep, there it is. Don't take trades. I wanna use this as an example for my. See, like this one could have been a setup, right? But like the reason why I wouldn't want to take this is because of the fact that it's just chopping. Like it's not directional, right? Look at all of this. So I want to screenshot this. Put that there. Thankfully, I didn't commit to it, but okay. We're going to some better levels here. We're dropping down. We're rejecting. Good. I personally would sell this. To be honest, if it stops me out, it is what it is. And it does, which sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. It's just part of the game. Okay. It's just chopping here. I don't like that at all. We get a big sell-off. And I don't know if I would consider this a retest. It's a very small retest. Okay, and we're closing on the key level, so I wouldn't go for that, and boom, stops you out, right? Not a clean retest. But I want to save this as a reminder. Oops, wrong one. Save this as a reminder to not take these type of trades, because when you don't have a clean setup that you're really confident in, you just don't take it. Like it doesn't even matter. Like why would you take a bad setup? You know what I mean? Like what is the point of it? There's no point except just wasting money. Okay, now we're going up. I wouldn't long this because it is looking bearish in my opinion. Interestingly enough, my long trade would have hit, but that's just life. Now we are looking like it's bullish, right? Okay. I don't like how big of the move that breaks through these two levels is pretty much the equal as these two candles coming down to retest it, so I don't really like that, to be honest. And yeah, it would have stopped me out. Good call. And by now it's already 10:48, so it's probably not going to be good setups around this area. Just kidding. And it's around 11. Wow, it's late. And none of my setups show up. And it is what it is. All right, this day's done. Okay, let's see how this day plays out. So we're trading above previous day value area high, so we could definitely keep going bullish. That's where I'm kind of leaning towards. Okay, that's what I like to see. Okay, that's a clean retest there. I think I would go for something like this, where I would buy here, put a stop loss below that support level, go for a quick 205, but it gets stopped out. Interesting. Interesting. This is part of the game. It is chopping here. I don't like that. But of course, go straight to my level, or straight to my TP. Would I have entered that because of a strong rejection is the question. Maybe I should have entered that. Maybe I should have. I don't think I would have though, because it's chopping here. I don't like that it's chopping. It's chopping a lot actually. I wouldn't take any trades here. Okay, we could take a short in my opinion. But again, I could be wrong. Boom, awesome. Now, why did I take that? Because the pullback up was very slow. It was like a drift, if you will, compared to this absolute pile drive down to the downside. And I guess you could argue, hey, like this is like chop, which is true, but this move seemed pretty directional. So, and the retest back was very slow. And once it tested that level, there's a strong rejection off of there. So you would want to take a quick little short from the close of that candle, put stop loss at above the resistance level and play it out, and taps my take profit twice, 3 times actually, and then it continues to chop. Right now, this chop could have just taken me out, honestly, and I'm just glad that the TP is before this this support level, because look what it's doing, supporting it up and up and up. All right, this is Monday. Now I should be creating the weekly levels as well, but that shit takes forever, so like low-key don't want to do it. Okay, looks like we're just breaking down here. We're trading above previous day value area highs, but look at this, like I hate this like volatility. It's so slow, like it's the same as pre-market, if not worse. What even is this? It looks bearish. Would I take that? I don't know. It's so choppy. I don't think I'd take that. Yeah, look, I would have been stopped out anyways. It's so choppy. Okay, goes there. Could have taken a long position on this close. Not sure if that would have hit or not. Okay, seems it would have hit, but like I don't like this. I don't like this. And it's not a clear, very much a choppy day, you know what I'm saying? And days like this happen, and honestly it's just better to hop off on these type of days. It literally did nothing. Like look at this. I don't think I would take any trades here, to be honest. It's just not good for my setups. So yeah, fade this day. And I don't know if people have really big problems of like just simply just sitting there not taking trades, but like I'm okay with that. Like it's whatever. Like I could just sit there for a good 30 minutes and not do anything. It's not the end of the world. Okay, we get a big break to the upside. It could totally just run without us, but it does not. Continuous gradual meltdown here. I do not like that, so I wouldn't be taking this. And please don't tell me it's just chopping all day again. Oh my days. Okay, wow, interesting. But unfortunately, there is no setup for me here because there's no retest. Absolutely, almost. This one almost has 0 wicks. There's a small, very tiny wick there, but almost has 0 wicks, right? So, okay, wait, this is good. Let's retest from the bottom. It looks very bearish, so I would short this. I don't know why my laptop is lagging, but I would short this at this point right here. Put TP at 1-to-1. Let's see if this holds. And I get taken out. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe if I enter here. What if I entered here, huh? What if I guess so. I guess if I entered here, it would have worked. I don't know, but it's pretty big upside. I guess, I don't know. It's been a very quick bounce, though. Like, how big? Yeah, I mean, this one's very iffy. This one's very iffy. Okay. Continues to consolidate, which I don't like seeing. Yeah, look at it making structural changes to the upside. I wouldn't take this. Okay, that's a really good rejection, but the issue is that it's ranging now. Do you guys see this? So let's just test this out. If I short here, I think I'm going to get stopped out. Okay, let's just keep that. Okay. Yeah, there we go. See? Why? Because it's just ranging. It's not doing anything. Simply not doing anything. But from here, though, if you were to disregard this entire section here and just look on the left side, you guys can see that it's a clear bearish drive, right? Bearish direction. So I think this is a legitimate trade. It's just very iffy on whether it would have hit TP or not because of how close it is. But anyways. Good thing I don't take. Actually, I'm going to undo this, take a screenshot. I wonder what I can add to increase the win rate of this thing, but let's just see. We're trading above previous day value area highs. Okay, we failed to go higher and we break down to the downside. Okay, we're melting even further. There are no setups here and there was no proper retest on this candle. Like on this candle at 932, no retest there, all good. And it is chopping. I do not like the look of that. And it is chopping more. Breaks through, but candle closes within that level. Don't like that. This one doesn't retest. Also, it's bearish movement, at least for now, so I wouldn't be taking this. You could argue to take this. The reason why I'm kind of like, again, iffy on it is because of, let's say, for example, I take this, right? The reason why I'm iffy on it is because of this key level right below it that's like kind of in the way of it. So like I would low-key fade this shit. It hits TP, but after quite a bit of struggle, honestly. And with this chop, I think I would, after like 3 candles of chop, I think I would have just taken this trade off because it's just too iffy. Yeah. I'm gonna write a note down here. When there is key level in the way. Oh wait, I think it might be better to, like, for example, this is the furthest one. I should just wait for the first one to break through and then break through the second one, retest, and it closes there, and I could try to do a short here, right? I could be wrong, guys. I could lose hella. But boom, there we go. That's a better setup. Wait, that's a way better setup, for sure. For sure. Because you get such a big confirmation there. Okay, so let's screenshot this. I like what I'm learning, and I like what I'm seeing. When there's a key level in the way of TP, it's better to take the next, better to wait for the next key level, take it on that as shown below. Okay, I like this. I like this. I'm gonna write it in my notes here. Okay, this is good. It is 10:42. Wow, I would have to wait until 10:42 for this trade, but it be what it be. Okay, it doesn't properly retest and it just rips through up to the upside. It's still bearish, so I wouldn't look for longs here. You could, I guess you could argue to go for longs here because there's a structural higher high that's being made. But I wouldn't want to go for that, to be honest. It's not really my setup. Okay. There's a big rejection there. Test it, closes beyond, and I like this short. It would have been this short right here. So you're sold, put stop loss beyond the key level, 345, and hit TP. Awesome. And then it just starts ranging. I would not trade this fucking range shit. So I'm out of there. And it's already 11:40 at that point, so I'd be fading that. I wonder what the win rate is. So I can't even fucking speak. I wonder what the win rate is by now. I know I could click analytics and check, but I don't want to check until I'm done with this back testing session. We're on Thursday, so we'll finish this week and then do one more week and then call it a day. Which takes a lot longer than I thought, but it's just kind of annoying because like if I didn't have to work with these levels, it'd be so much faster. All right, we're trading Thursday of the second week here. Let's see what price does. We're trading below previous day levels, so I'm leaning a bit bearish. Look at that. Look at this meltdown from all the way here. So I'm leaning a bit bearish, but we'll just have to see what market does in the moment, because I don't want to be like married to the bias and just do one thing only. But it is breaking down to the other side. It doesn't look like a proper retest. I don't like that. But it does go further down, which is good. Awesome. Oh, wow. There's a big candle. There's a Drake candle right there. Okay, breaks through even higher, which is incredible. And it chops for a bit, goes even higher. Does it continue to chop? No, it does not. It melts down to the downside. But it doesn't give me a proper entry. The reason why I wouldn't want to take this right here is because the candle that breaks through the level gets bought up instantly, right? So that doesn't show a confident breakthrough of continuation. So I wouldn't want to take that trade. Okay, and it continues to consolidate, which is amazing. Okay, is this? I don't know. It's just chopping. I wouldn't take this. I wouldn't take this, to be honest. Like you could I guess take this and hit your TP, but I'm not super confident in it, to be honest. Look, it just gets bought back up because why? It's consolidating. It's just gonna keep going in this range, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, we go to higher levels finally. Do we do anything though? No. Until the afternoon, gets bought up. And it goes nowhere. Yeah, I wouldn't even be on at the chart at 12 anyways. I would get off at 11. Because I don't want to sit there for a few hours just sitting there doing nothing. All right, there's a lot of levels here, which I do not like, to be honest. So all this stuff doesn't really mean much to me. Now, same thing as what I'm seeing right now. It rips through these two levels, right? But just as what I realized here, I want to wait for the furthest level to be broken to really confirm that continuation, which it does not, right? and I would have been stopped out, which is good to know. Which is good to know. And it literally does nothing. What is this day? What is this day? Friday? Holy crap! And it does nothing. These are no entries. I don't know if like it's the day's just off or something. I would even be on at this point, so this is a waste of a day. But good thing that I didn't take that dumb trade. All right, we see that overnight value area low is basically at yesterday's point of control, so definitely bullish. But with what price is at right now, it could totally just like not even reach our levels and just do nothing. But just as I say that, it gets to the levels. Okay, huge rip down. What do I want to see? I want to see this to go down, test, right, properly, and then to go down further. That's what I want to see. But we'll see what it does. Completely rips back up. Wouldn't be taking that shit. Would not be taking that shit. Okay. I could enter here, but again, what's the issue? This level of support is in the way. Which thank God I would have been stopped out. I did not take that. Okay, now this is good. Bearish for sure. And it looks like, I'm just gonna fix this. It looks like we could retest here. Okay, we get a big rejection. I would go for a sell. Go for a sell here. Put the stop behind that wick. It's a pretty big stop, I can't lie. We'll see how it plays. Ow. Oh my days. Okay. At this point in time, because it's chopping, I would take it out. But my God, look at how close that wick is. But I'd close it out. Use original position. Yeah, safe. It hits my TP, but it's iffy because what the hell is this, right? What the actual hell is this? So yeah, I wouldn't want to take that, to be honest. I'll rather play it safe. Because what you want is a continuation, right? Not this bullshit. Okay, and it's chopping. I hate chop. It's a pretty big move down. Would not want to take that. It's not like I'm really bullish either. Okay. I want to see a break through this thing here. Which it does. But not a proper retest just yet. And it closes like that. Would I take that? Sure. Let's see how it goes. And I guess stop that instantly. And it goes straight to TP. But this choppy nature of this market is just freaking terrible. It's terrible. But let me just go back and put that back on. No, I was going for longs, not shorts. I would have entered here. Stop loss behind the thing there. This wouldn't have worked. Guess it kind of could have, but this chop is just ridiculous. Like, nah, I'd rather fade this. Another example of chop just ruining the setups. Okay, let's see how this works out. It's Tuesday. We are trading right above previous day value area high, but in between overnight levels, so it's kind of in between. I hate these slower moving days. It's so bad. Okay, breaks through all of these things, but there's no proper retest. Does it run without me? And it runs without me. But there's no proper retest, so I wouldn't be taking that. And it's already 11 by here, so I'd be off. And there's no trades to take. That's fine. All right, this is Wednesday. Let's see what price does. Can we see some better action? Yes, we do. Big meltdown to the downside. this does technically break through, but the candle that's supposed to quote unquote retest it absolutely rips through it again, so that's not a very valid thing. This one could be it, but this breakthrough is not very confident. Boom. See, that would have been a bad one. I'm actually gonna just put that as an example in my losses, even though I didn't take it, just to have examples of what not to take, right? Yes, I'm in the direction of the trend, but the issue is that the breakthrough is just not confident and it's being bought back up, right? So I don't like that. And I swear if there's no setup today, it's gonna be very annoying. And it does nothing. Damn. It really just does nothing. Until it gets here and it's probably gonna chop again. Yeah, look at all this bullshit. Okay, breaks through. Okay. I don't like that. Like, how is this possible? How? What, would I have gone for this? It's a pretty big gap for a retest, to be honest. I'm still gonna write it down though, because again, I need to learn my lessons. I need to realize what's happening in the markets if I were to go for this setup. What is this one? This one would have been bad because yeah, I think that's it for Wednesday. We have a few more days to go, and that's it. And then we'll check the win rate after. Oh my gosh, my eyes are getting so tired. But let's just see what happens here. Whoa, big meltdown here. What I consider as a breakout, nah. And also this candle backup is also very aggressive, to be honest. This market seems very volatile, which is probably good for my setup, most likely, but the issue is I could just totally just run down without me. Okay, breaks through. Okay, I could take this long, right? Look at this. Like, I do want to see it play out. I could take this long. Let's say I do this, but there's two levels here that is resisting against it, which you can literally see with those wicks of these last two candles. And it chops. It almost takes me out here, and it chops, right? And I would take out the trade in this moment if I was in it. And it takes me out, right? So that was a good decision to call it off. But again, I just have to make sure that I'm making these decisions in the moment as well. But let's just take a screenshot of this. This one did not work out. Didn't work out because there are two key levels that I'm fighting. Plus, there is chop, so I will take this chop. Okay, perfect. Okay, we get a good test, but it is chopping a little bit, and honestly, like, it's not clear whether we're gonna keep seeking lower, right? Because we're back at this beginning stage. So I don't know. I don't know if I would. Okay, I think I'll go for it. I think it's like a 50-50. It's kind of like an iffy kind of thing. 225. Yeah. Damn. It is what it is. It is what it is. But let's mark that out. This candle right here, and I would have been stopped out like that. This trade does not work out because, well, one, I'm not in the freaking trade direction, so not sure why I didn't take that, or why I did take that. Trading against bigger trend, losing. Okay, we're seeing a big move. Whoa. We could have taken this. Because what is it doing? It's creating lower highs. Right. Breaking down. Failing, and I would sell here. It is, to be fair, it's chopping a little bit as well, but it would take me out in one go. Awesome. Yeah, these very big trendy movements, these big swings like this is really good for my setup. All right, last take for Friday. Let's see what price does. Breaks through. Okay, what do I want to see? I want to see a retest here. And then continue going that way. Okay, that's a good retest. Would I take this? I honestly think I would. If it stops me out, it is what it is, right? But I think I'd go for a bigger TP here, or stop loss, because of these two levels that are helping me. Ooh, don't like that. I do not like that. Now it's chopping. Would I take it off here? I think so. I think I would have taken this off here. 100% of the position. Yeah, and it stops me out. Thank God I took it off there. But if I did a smaller TP, would it work? That is the question. Let's say I go along on this. Oh, I barely would have hit. Yeah, it would have missed, you know, TP by just a little before taking me out. But it's good that I just took it out, though. It's good. It's good trade management. It's big stop. Okay, let's move on with the day. Okay, we're looking bearish. Okay, I would take this, to be honest. Let's see, it depends. I want to see if TP is right at this resistance level. I think I'd go for it, to be honest. Let's fucking do it. Or let's just put it right there. 275. Right, let's see. Okay, that's good. Wow, look at how close this wick is right here at 945, and puts me in. Perfect. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I want to see, though. Exactly what I want to see. Just a big rejection off of it, putting my stop there. Although this is not a loss, I do want to make sure to put stop above wick with some breathing room. And honestly, I personally think it's fine to give him more breathing room, because if ultimately I am right, it just naturally gives it the space to do its thing, right? And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and it will just give me, or I would lose out on a few more points, but like, it is whatever. And then look, it rejects perfectly off this resistance level, so I'm really glad I took TP right before it. Eventually breaks through, which is awesome. And I would take this short right here. I would. Give it some space to breathe. 195. And it stops me out and goes up, which is unfortunate. Now, would I take a long here? No, I would not. But before I move on to that, I want to see if... No, I think that's just unlucky. I think losing here is just part of the game. Now, the reason why I didn't go for a long here is because of the fact Well, one, it would have stopped me out instantly. But the other reason why is because it looks like a clear bearish trend, right? So I don't want to go for that. Now, question is, does it retest? Nope. Just completely rips through it, breaks down, retests. It's a pretty big candle though, so I don't think I would take it. But then it breaks down even further. Would I take this? It looks very choppy. Looks very choppy. I think I would, but with the condition that my stop loss is a little bigger, to be honest. Okay, it's chopping. I do not like that it's chopping. Going in my direction. I got in at this candle here. It's been 3 candles of chop, which I do not like. But then it takes me up, or hits my TP, which is good. But it's pretty sketch because of okay. Oh shoot, this is a long position. No, I meant short position. The reason why it was pretty sketch was just because of the fact that there was some chop here, right? You see that on 10:04. It goes down but gets bought back up pretty quickly. Thankfully, it gets rejected again at 10:05, and then look at how crazy of a wick this 10:06 candle creates, right? So it's pretty uncertain. I honestly think I would have taken this trade out in the moment, but obviously we'll just have to see over time with my stats. But yeah, this is 10:08. Okay. We're seeing a good meltdown here. Retest and close below. Would I take this? It depends on how far away this level is. Yeah, I would take this, to be honest. Just a big, big meltdown. And I get stopped out instantly. Right. It is what it is. But I think this is the right setup. What does it do after? Oh, wow. It rips through. I would also sell this bitch. Go like that. 160. And it puts me in. Perfect. Wonder why this didn't hit, but it could be because of the fact that this the breakout candle wasn't super confident compared to the other ones. For example, this big one, right? So let me just screenshot this. Didn't work because breakout candle wasn't that strong. Okay, I think that's it for the testing session. Let's see if there's anything else past 10:24. I'm looking for shorts, by the way. No confident breakthroughs. And this is just chop, which I do not want to trade in. Okay. Again, chop right here. I do not want to trade that. Boom, would have been stopped out. Good to call that. Yeah, that would be the day. All right, let's check the stats here. Let's go to the analytics. 62.75% win rate, which is less than before, but at least we're still at 60. Ideally, I want to be in that 65%, like mid 60s win rate, which it kind of sucks to see that we're a little down, but like we were at 67 before, but it's good that we're still above 60%. Let's see if there's any. On Friday, we have our pretty big losses. Yeah. 6 trades at 245. Damn. Yeah, I mean, we'd still be up. We would definitely still be up. It's just a matter of having positive win rate and then just sticking with it, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically the back testing session. About a month's worth, a little less than a month. But yeah, 62% win rate. We went down by about 5%, but it could just be a month to month type of thing. But we'll just see how each month goes. I'm going to try to do more back testing sessions. It's kind of a pain in the ass because it takes quite a while, but it is what it is, right? All right. Hopefully it's helpful. It's helpful for me for sure. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.